Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com. And, well, let me see. Let me grab this and start with. Got one of these a while back, okay? And the motor wore out. And so I have to I got the new motor in, but it's not going to stay in very well because you have to glue it in. And so I thought, okay, let me show you something here. You see this here? This is going to help me glue it in. This is going to help me glue it in. Of course, this is going to help me glue it in. And to kind of give you a hint, back in the old days, you turned the drill on, it went full speed, and that was the best you could get. Nowadays, they have a speed control built in. Back in the old days, when I had the old metal handled one, and it was one speed only, that's when this and this came in handy, okay? And when I use this and when I use this on this, I might have problems because this gets way too hot. Are you beginning to see the picture? Because with this and this, I can control the heat. I'm going to show you how I do it, and you can do it too. It's not too hard. So let's get going. Okay, I think we've got everything we need. We've got our dimmer, and I have trimmed off the edges of the dimmer where it goes into the wall because I don't need that. And so that's the dimmer. And then this is the extension cord. And if you don't know, I'll show you something. If you look close, and I'll get it up here really close. If you look close at that extension cord, you can see there are some ribs on that wire. And on this wire, there are no ribs. It's just a plain wire. The ribbed side, if you follow it along, the ribbed side is the ground side, which is always the big plug. That's the ground side. So the ground side is the side that we're going to leave intact. But we're going to break the hot side, and we're going to fasten it back together with the dimmer. Okay? So that's our plan. Now let's get everything out of the way. And by the way, you don't want to do this with anything that is more, you don't want to set this up to run anything that's more than 600 watts because this will handle 600 watts. Anything higher than that, then it gets hot and it could burn up. And this is which I plan on using it is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's 23 watts. So it's safe. Also, you can use this to vary the speed of a fan. By the way, I'll go get a fan. Be right back. Okay, I found this fan, and we'll use this as our test fan. So you can run any kind of a motor. Well, this is actually a shaded pole motor, but you can run any kind of motor that has brushes. A shaded pole motor for a fan, you can run it on that. The only thing you can't use it to run, it would be like a synchronous motor, and I don't know if you understand all that, but like a motor, electric motor that would be like in your refrigerator or something like that. Those are synchronous motors. So this comes in handy for a lot of things. I don't know about the electronics in the new ceiling fans, but in the old ceiling fans, in my shop I had a ceiling fan, and then I had this. It came down and just plugged into the wall, and then I had this to control the speed without having to crawl up a ladder to change the speed. And you can, for a heater, as long as it doesn't run more than 600 watts, and maybe I'll think of some other things as we go along. But let's go ahead and get started, and we will cut this about halfway through. And then we'll trim the ends so that we can fasten it together. I should do this out here instead of in front of me so you can see. Something tipped over, but it's okay. All right, so we got that one. And then we'll do this one. And by the way, if you're worried about getting electrocuted, I'm going to tape this up when I get through with the video. I'm going to tape it up and make sure it's safe. I've been electrocuted so many times. In fact, one time I got electrocuted so bad that it damaged the muscle in my left arm up, the bicep, and burned it away, and it never came back. So I can still do things, but you have to be careful. I'm not saying you don't have to be careful, because I wasn't being careful that day. And you have to be careful. Oh, you know what? The ground wire, there's no place to hook this up, so we're just going to get rid of the ground wire. Because you don't need a ground wire on this kind of, otherwise they'd have one on the extension, okay? And by the way, this won't work then on, well, unless you want to cut the prong off, but it won't work on a plug that has 3 prongs unless you cut one of the prongs off. All right, now, I'm going to put these on. These are called butt connectors, and I hope this wire isn't too big for the butt connector. We'll see here in a minute. I'm shaky because I'm old. Yeah, it's going in. Okay. And then we will pinch this to make sure it stays in. Just call me Mr. Muscle. And then there's another one around here somewhere. There it is. Okay, we'll get this wall all wound up. Roll it on there. Whoop. Okay. That one's in as far as it's going to go. And we'll pinch it. I've gone through several of these because they get old and then they crack right up here. Makes you feel like you're really strong when you're really not. They just wear out like everybody else does. Okay, we got that done. Now, it doesn't matter which way you do this, as long as you get it in there and get it snug down good. So we'll take this one, roll it up nice so it goes in nice. Okay. Got that. Now that when I get through doing that, one of the things I like to do is pull on it, make sure it's not going to come apart. So we got that. And then we got one more to go here. Okay. And don't comment and ask me to make these for you, because I don't really have time. And I'm not too good at it. Okay, so, uh-oh, that didn't work. That's not good. We'll try it one more time here. We still got a little bit left. I got up there too close to the edge, I need to get closer to the edge. So we'll do this very carefully. Right there. And then we'll give it one more squish right about there. And we'll see if it's going to stay. Okay, it's going to stay. So we got that all done. And then what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll roll it all together. And I won't do it on the video. But I'll take it like that and I'll just wrap bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches of electrical tape. As long as these, and by the way, I've got a heat gun. I can shrink these up so that so they shrink up on it, and they'll be real safe. Now then, let's try it. Let's see, where's the plug in? Okay, got it plugged in, and forgot to bring the knob over here. So we put a knob on it, and then we'll turn it all the way off. There's all the way on. We'll leave it all the way on so that you can see how this works. Now here's a fan, and we'll plug the fan in right there. This is a brand new extension cord, so it doesn't like to be, well, let's just go to the other side. Better safe than sorry. Okay, that's plugged all the way in, and we'll turn the fan on. Okay? Now, we're going to slow it down. Okay? So if you just want a little speed control for a fan or any motor, and just a little bit of turning makes a big difference on this. And when you finally get down to a point where like a shaded pole motor, it's got to be turned so fast so it keeps itself turning. But that'll work on that, and it'll also work on this. You can't use it on anything that is electronic, so you might burn out your electronics. But mechanical things, heater things, this will work, and I've been using them for years. And like I say, I'll tape this all up, and it'll be nice and safe. So that's how you make a speed control or a heater control for a cheap, inexpensive heat gun. Because you can buy heat guns that have heat controls on them, but this is only $5 or $6, and the extension cord was $3 something, and that's a lot cheaper than spending another $50 on a heat gun. So anyway, that's how you do that, and I know some people are going to think that's real dangerous, but if you do it right, do it carefully, go to your store and get some butt connectors, and then tape it up really good, you'll be okay. So I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.